Hey guys, this is Phil. Yo, and yes, I kind of ripped that off from Jeremy from D-Day Coma and Geeks and Gamers. And today we will talk about why Solo a Star Wars story failed in the box office. Now, this is an obvious one, I feel like. Well, on the two. The first one, so I can get out the way, that the majority of the fans did not want a Han Solo origin story. I didn't want a Han Solo movie, but I never said that I wasn't going to go to the theater to watch it because if I did, I would have proved myself a liar. Didn't want to prove myself a liar. And I ended up going to it like the Saturday opening. And to be honest, it wasn't as bad as a movie as I thought it was going to be. It was a decent movie. Definitely not as bad as uh that awful holiday special, and it's not as off, but even though I don't like the execution what George Lucas did in Attack of the Clones, I feel like it was better than the Attack of Clones was better than the Solo Star Wars story, only because it didn't have any of the SJW shit like it Solo Star Wars story did. And that's number two, is that L3 was annoying as heck. And clearly she was a character that was supposed to pander to the social justice warriors with the trade rights and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I believe everyone deserves right, but don't throw shove it down our throats. And there's even this one scene that's my favorite. When Lando was, and thank you for the like, when Lando went out of the cockpit of the uh Millennium Falcon and Lando was asking L3, need anything? And then L3 was saying, choice rights? And Lando was rolling his eyes. Oh, hey, Hayes Black, how are you doing? And like I said, I have no problem with people having rights or choice or aliens, blur. Just, I don't want that to be shoved down our throats. And a lot of people's reactions are kind of like how Lando's reaction was in that one scene when Lucasfilms kind of panders to the social justice warriors. That was my reaction too. If you took out, like, either readjusted the L3's character or really not have her in the movie at all, I feel like that would have benefited the movie more. But overall, I did not mind the Solo, a Star Wars story movie, or if I'm in there, I did not mind it. At least not as much as some people did. And then there are people that likes the Last Jedi, and I have no problem with you guys liking the Last Jedi. But when I say people that like Last people who likes the Last Jedi and decides to bash other people who dislikes the Last Jedi, like, be different if fans bashed other fans that didn't like the Last Jedi. But J.J. Abrams, Ryan Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, I think Freddie Prinze Jr. as well, and a few more members of Lucasfilms kind of been bashing fans who did not like Star Wars fans who didn't like The Last Jedi. I believe it was J.J. Abrams said, those of you who dislike The Last Jedi are overweight, middle-aged white men who's either sexist or as in you're afraid of no power or you're racist. A lot of people took offense to that, even me, because I'm not overweight. I'm not middle aged. I'm actually 22, which, unless if you count that as middle age, I consider that as young. And I'm not white. I'm black, and I'm skinny. So yeah, I'm going to take offense to that. Not saying that I disliked it, but only because of there's some comments J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson, and a few other people on Lucasfilms has made to Last Jedi haters that kind of turned me off to the movie. I feel like that's like the main reason why I kind of am hating on The Last Jedi. It's because the people at Lucasfilm, besides being professional, saying, yeah, some fans, they don't like The Last Jedi. Uh, and accepting that some fans wish they should look at the DC Comics movie universe. Because fans does not like a lot of the DCEU movies. And you don't hear them trashing the fans. But yeah, that turned a lot of fans off from Star Wars, which is another contribution to why a lot of fans do not see Solo Star Wars story. Other than a lot of the fans did not want a Han Solo Star Wars story. And I'm willing to bet you, if people at Lucasfilms did not bash the fans who dislike The Last Jedi, a lot more people will be seeing The Last Jedi. Well, that and Lucasfilms needs to listen more to the fans. Yes, do what makes sense for the story, but at the same time, have a level of have the level of making making take the movie in a direction that makes sense to the movie you're trying to put it in, and actually think of the fans, not so much of not 100 not 100% the story you're trying to get across, but also think of the fans while you're making the movie as well. And with like and don't really shove your political views or pander to the SJW down our throats, because that could also be a push away from any movie franchise. And I'm trying to think of another reason. So it's not why barely anyone wanted Han Solo movie. The people at Lucasfilms and so as fans for disliking The Last Jedi, or the ones that dislike The Last Jedi, I should say, too much SJW crap, and they just need to listen more. I mean, yeah, I was just saying I dislike the holiday special, right? And I've heard George Lucas try to buy all of the copies of the holiday special because he believed that was garbage and it shouldn't have existed. And I just wanted to fall asleep a few times when I watched uh the the holiday special on YouTube 2 months ago. But I still have more respect for people who made the holiday special. I have more respect for the people that worked on the DCEU and who its fans did not enjoy the DCEU. They did not attack the fans. I have more respect for George Lucas for any of his movies where fans disliked, and he did not attack them, I got more respect for those people than I do for Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson, J.J. Abrams, because they had actually attacked fans who disliked The Last Jedi. And I been saying, because I've been putting this in a lot of thought, the chances of me seeing the episode 9 is pretty high because Star Wars is my one kryptonite. But outside of episode 9, I will not see any of the movies J.J. Abrams makes unless, if I also see this, unless J.J. Abrams apologizes and he shows that he really means the apology. I refuse to see any of his films. Ryan Johnson, he made an apology. But, oh yeah, I'm sorry that how you feel about Star Wars didn't, like, The Last Jedi didn't reach your expectations. He did apologize, Ryan Johnson did, but at the moment, I don't exactly believe him, only because he's been trashing The Last Jedi fans. So, he will have to prove it. Because my sister has this one saying, words are meaningless if you don't put any actions behind them. And simply it failed because people hated The Last Jedi and decided to boycott the film because we, the Star Wars fans, are the people who make them more money than the next. Yeah, and they're kind of like pushing us fans that grew up on the original trilogy, on the prequels, on the Clone Wars, both movie and TV show. And technically, Rebels came out before the Force Awakens. So I'm going as the what the heck part, bring in Rebels as well. They totally ignored those fans, pretty much, or choosing to ignore us fans, like that helped Star Wars grow and be in the position as it was before The Last Jedi. Because I like The Force Awakens. I liked Rogue One. There are some elements I will admit that I liked in The Last Jedi. But there's a lot more in The Last Jedi that pissed me off. There's some elements in the solo Star Wars story that I actually did enjoy. Unlike The Last Jedi and pretty much every other movie I've seen, exception of Black Panther, I disliked. I think Rebels was pretty good. Especially, yeah, it was pretty good. The first season was, I feel the first season was okay. But then, with each season, they built on from the last season, which got better and better. And that's what I feel about the Clone Wars as well. And I forget who said on the Lucasfilms, uh, that said fans that didn't like The Last Jedi are intimidated by female power. And Jeremy from Star Wars, from Geeks and Gamers said, we have no problem against strong female characters. We have a problem with poorly written strong female characters. I mean, look at Ahsoka. Ahsoka is definitely one of my favorite characters. She's definitely my favorite female character of the Clone Wars and debated Rebels. At first, she was like one of the most hated Star Wars characters because she was too quirky or whatever to her master. But over after watching the Clone Wars series, each season with the exception of the last season of the Clone Wars, because Ahsoka wasn't in the last season of the Clone Wars. She turned from being one of the most hated Star Wars characters to one of the most beloved Star Wars characters. One of the most beloved, strong female characters. And same with Leia, even though she was beloved in from the start, I feel. Jyn Erso, she is beloved somewhat, not as strongly as with Ahsoka or Leia. Padme, I mean, you can say she's a strong female lead, but I feel she didn't do as much as Leia or Ahsoka had done. I mean, yeah, they did show her doing more stuff in the did in the original trilogy, in the prequel, sorry. But I have no problem with strong females, and I mean in characters and in real life. I mean, my mom is a strong female. My sister is a strong female. I got a few best friends. Some of them are females. They're pretty strong. So I'm not afraid of girl power. And some of them, some of my friends I have, are different races. They're Japanese, white, black, Bulgarian, such and such. That right there also says I am not racist. Because if I was, I wouldn't be friends with any of them unless if they were the same skin tone as me. And females can relate to Luke Skywalker is bullshit. Just go on that Star Wars Girl YouTube channel. And I think the video's name is In Defense to Luke Skywalker and Humanity, if I remember. And it's like this 20-minute YouTube video where Anna from that Star Wars Girl explains how girls can relate to Luke Skywalker. Because I feel like I can relate to Luke Skywalker in a way. I had some hardship in my life. Granted that I do know my parents, thank God. And I do look for in the future, which is my own downfall. And a lot of people do the same wrong, I think. And then I'm hopeful, kind of like Luke Skywalker is hopeful. And I've heard that they killed Luke off only for the fact that they're trying to get rid of the old and into the new. And I felt like that was bogus and in a sense disrespectful to the character of Luke Skywalker. I was okay with Luke being a grumpy old man only for the sole purpose of, since he, and technically can still come back as a Force Ghost, but we could have seen him in physical form in Episode 9 as the hopeful, more badass Luke Skywalker that we saw in the original trilogy. But, more badass than the original trilogy. And those comments also was a contribution why Solo a Star Wars Story failed. Or, yeah, they contributed to part of the reason why Solo Star Wars Story failed. On top of Lucasfilm's pretty much fans who didn't like The Last Jedi, putting all the SJW shit in the movies, all focusing more of their own story, less on the fans, and only doing not listening to fans. I feel all of that are the reasons why Solo, a Star Wars story failed. If those story, if any of those things I just told you guys weren't problems, do you know how many people would have gone and see Solo Star Wars story? Even if they didn't want a Han Solo movie, a lot more people. Yeah, some people might have been mad, but they would have gotten over it. And and I'm really to bet you more people would be excited for episode 9. S- some people are saying the first step of fixing Star Wars, firing Kathleen Kennedy. And as I put more thought into it, yeah, that might help, but I'm not saying, I'm not going to say those people that are saying that, but I can see how that would help. Second, which I totally agree with, take Ryan Johnson off. Don't Johnson make any more Star Wars movies. Get rid of his trilogy. Nobody wants Ryan Johnson to make us another Star Wars movie. I mean, come on. He even did say he likes it when he splits a fandom, like one fandom liking this movie, other one didn't. I mean, that's that is kind of like a loud, that's stupid logic right there. But Star Wars is one of those movies where you don't do that to, because Star Wars can either boost your career or destroy it. I mean, just look at Hayden Christensen and Jake Lloyd. A lot of people bash their performance as Anakin Skywalker. I mean, I don't know about people seeing Jake Lloyd as Anakin Skywalker because he was a kid and he did his best. Yeah, Hayden Christensen could have been better as Anakin in episode 2. He was better in episode 3. But so but Jake Lloyd was a child actor. And as I said before, I got different standards for kid actors, teenage actors, adult actors. And the Jake Lloyd for playing Anakin in The Phantom Menace was disrespectful, very rude, and I feel bad for Jake Lloyd. And watch, he only did a few more movies after The Phantom Menace. Couldn't take the bashing anymore. Plus, I've heard he had to go do a lot of interviews, which I can kind of see that being too much for a kid. But and extremely mad at the fans who bashed Jake Lloyd as they did. Not so much with Hayden Christensen, but he could have honestly did better as Anakin. And he was like a young adult, was kind of as an adult in this case. And I got, like I said, different standards for adults acting than I do for kids or teenagers. Which is why I'm a bit harder on Hayden Christensen. But do I want Ryan Johnson to make another Star Wars movie? Hell no. And if Ryan Johnson keeps the mindset of he is doing, then his mindset when he applies it to Star Wars, it will be his downfall and for his career. Just saying. Anyways, to you about this whole situation Lucasfilms in general, and why Solo: Star Wars Story failed in the box office. Let me know in the comment section below, and thank you for all who joined the live stream. Like the live stream, subscribe to me, or subscribe to this live stream, and you have not done already. Please subscribe. Please like. Please tell your friends about this channel. And I am planning to live stream me playing again on Wednesday. So up until then, may the force be with us all.